Well, lovely. So how was your felt sense from that experience? Anything you'd like to share?
I feel taller.
You probably are. Lovely. I feel taller. For me, that's such a wonderful expression of how there are now more spaces that have been created within me, starting from the smallest joint and bone to the biggest. And they all add up to make a big difference. So lovely. Carol, I also love on that expression too, of that whole thing of sensing how we have a physical body and also an energy body. And I love how at the end of the class, I can feel like my physical body feels taller, but then I'll go connect in the art of perception to sense my energy body. And sometimes I feel like I've gone from a fluffy teddy bear that was close to my body into this huge blow up Michelin woman kind of whoa, energy body. Yeah, so fun to sense physical body and energy body. Thank you. Sarah, it's lovely to see you. Would you like to share something?
Look, what I notice, of course, when I show up live is that my bandwidth is always a bit wobbly, and it just didn't matter this time, given that the moment it froze, it was another opportunity for agility. But I've now realized also that the richness of your teaching around FAMS has given me a sixth sense, which I call in COVID adaptability. And I really appreciate your playfulness as well as mastery with adaptability. It's taught me a lot. And, you know, I lied about being necessarily with everything for 30 days in that I had a few days compromised by the vaccine reaction. And one day, I simply did your class Moving to Heal Wise later in the day, and the other day involved quite a severe migraine. And I couldn't, of course, look at screens very well, but I listened, and your flow of narrative as well as the music, it was so delicious. I felt I had danced it, and then I was able to go back to it the next day, Moving to Heal style. So it's been such a gift. It really didn't matter what was happening in my life, it was still there.
Yeah. Oh, Sarah, that's beautiful. And I love how you're sharing there too in the adaptability. And so Natasha, if you need to go, it's lovely saying thank you so much. I'm glad you love the music. Cindy said, thank you so much for the 30-day experience. It has instilled a new passion in me, and I'm going to jump in the river and take my black belt training. Woo-hoo-hoo. Very exciting. All the black belts in the room are going, whoop, whoop. And Sarah, what you share about the adaptability is, I think, more online. Um, the opportunity, there are so many ways to adapt and to realize that no apology needed for like, I didn't quote, fully do the class. Instead, that whole thing with the energy out is to like, I did my best. And sometimes that can be only auditory and not looking at the visual. Yeah. And then also sometimes only visual and not audio. If you guys haven't experienced that yet, then play that, or maybe a little interference of your own music that might not be going in time to the music and my movements. That's a brain gymnastic thing for us. And then sometimes to simply be in meditation, sitting or lying and imagining the experience. And other times, not even imagining, but having a hand on my body, listening and asking myself to have one felt sense by the end that will be healing for me. And then obviously moving to heal, doing this sitting in a chair, doing this laying down, doing the choreography with fingers. When I travel on airplanes, that's how I practice all my choreography. It's very entertaining for the people that are sitting next to me with my headphones on, and sometimes auditory, sometimes I'm watching the screen. Yes, I've got you. Clock, step, center, front kick, outward block, downward block, inward block, yeah? And I can do the whole choreography. As far as I'm concerned, by the end, I'm just like, I am embodied in these two fingers, and I can do the whole choreography this way. I like cha-cha-cha, and how I can really jump with my fingers. Anyway, yeah, cross front, closed, open, a sumo stance. Anyway, so yeah, many ways. And sometimes, Sarah, what you've really clarified too is like, they're not like, oh, they're the things I do when I don't feel 100%. Instead, it's like they are often where the true learning or perhaps the true healing happens, is this spaces in between rather than always doing full on. I usually say to my teachers, particularly if you want to be a good teacher, find the spaces in between. It's less about the movement. It's more about being able to sense the spaces in between. And Sarah, when you said like, listen to my instructions, that's definitely one thing that I'm focusing on is when I'm teaching, I want to cue on the spaces in between. So music wise and movement wise, I do my best to get my voice out of those moments so you can have the peak vibration, sound, action. And on the response, that's part of, I'm still crafting, but doing my best to craft, that my voice is guiding you on the spaces in between rather than talking over the move or the music. So that's part of the technique underneath, I think, what you were sharing, you were receiving, Sarah. So thank you. Lara.
Yes, Helen and all. I knew I wanted to thank you for these 30 days. And I found today the perfect finale for me for these 30 days with you. I signed up at this time because it's a sensitive month for me because my husband died um, and was ill during May 2 years ago. So I knew that I needed something to just change the beginning of my day. And I will tell you, this was perfect. It was really more than just your moves and your cueing, but your spirit. And I really felt that, feel it, and I thank you for it. And while I'm not going to do the next 30 days, I fully plan on popping into classes of yours. So I really have much gratitude for this. It really helped me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for choosing this to be helping you with such a vulnerable healing time. And I can see many people right here, right now, and probably people watching the recording are probably deeply touched.
Mhm.
And many levels with COVID, we all probably are going through our own levels of grief with special people, and how great that we can come together and connect with that. And when you say that you hear my spirit, I thank you so much. That's so delightful for me to receive. And truly, honestly, you are able to see more of me and my spirit from this 30, well, from generally from all the times I've taught for the last 28 years and what students bring me that encourage and lift me up and allow me to feel confident enough to be me, to teach my way rather than thinking I have to be a certain way. So there's this reciprocal thing. I'm only really who I am from the space that students create. And that's been really heightened through this 30-30-30 series where when I get to see you on a regular basis, when I get to see all y'all on a regular basis, and there's that talking before and after class, but with continuity. It's not like I see you and then you're gone and then I see you again. I feel like, you know, we're connecting, and I have never felt this. I feel more comfortable in my own skin, more accepted, and so super encouraged to be creative and bring all that I can to this specific environment on the 30-30-30 challenge. So there's this thing called in lack, and that is in you I see me, and me I see you. And when you were sharing that, it's like, thank you for the opportunity. And part of what you see, it's only possible from what y'all bring to this. We really are a collective, and You know, sometimes that sounds like, you know, kind of a woo-woo-y thing, but I really mean it. I'm only the person I am from what y'all bring. You literally give me stability and permission for me to be very mobile with how I come up with things, sometimes on the fly, sometimes by on the, what is it, by the skin of my pants or whatever. So thank you for letting me be me. Yeah. Carolina, what did you want to share? She's frozen with a beautiful smile on her face. There she goes.
Yes, my internet is not very stable. Today, I bring closure to several things in my life, and I wanted to say thank you with this flower to you and to everyone that has shown up in our classes and have done the online. It's white, it's a peony, it's so fragrant. If I live there, I will be giving you this in person. And all I want to say is thank you, Helen, and thank you everyone for being present.
Oh, thank you so much. And how beautifully coordinated. Your headband seemed to be like the perfect blend with the flower as well. You look beautiful. That's lovely. Thank you. Anybody else before we step out? I think everyone here, Robin, I'm so glad that you're with us on this. I think everyone else here is 30-30-30s, and you are one of my most regular Saturday morning participants too. That's weird, as in that's not normal, but actually it is what is important. So when you say weird, I think it's maybe the sensation of new neuron pathways. That's what I'd like it to think. So whether that's true or not, shifting your perceptions like weird. Now I'm creating new neuron pathways. Oh, maybe I want more of that. Yeah. More fully in. And then you'll be squeezing more when you go back out. So that's a good little trick as well. Cool. Shelley.
Hey, I wanted to say I've really enjoyed the last 30 challenges. It's been very challenging for me, to say the least, because I come up on, you were talking about COVID, 14 months of grading online. My back is in a knot, like you would not believe. I think it just gave out this last grading session. And yesterday I actually felt taller doing this. And I went to a chiropractor and he said, you're going to have to keep swimming, because I quit doing that when it got cold. And he says, keep dancing, because I was showing him what we do in class. It really has helped me. I was like on a scale from 1 to 100, I put down 98 in pain, but I still came to class because I felt like it was important. And I don't know if you guys know this, but last week we had like a tornado and a flood and all kinds of stuff here. But hopefully, you know, we've made our way out of that and into reality. So I think it's great when I see people from all over the world here. It makes me smile because you see the sun coming up at different times and people joining in at midnight. And I'm at the same zone as you are. Houston and New Orleans are, you know, equal. But it really has given me a sense of hope being here and continuity. And I can't wait to do things back in person.
Yeah,
You think
beautiful.
online is easier, but it's not. All those little technical things, you know, just getting on every day. Like right now, I look fuzzy. And sometimes when I plug you into my TV, you dance, but everybody else freezes and vice versa. So, but thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, New Orleans, you guys are just like, not only through COVID, like since I've known New Orleans, it's like y'all have been through so much as a city, and your resilience is inspiring, and your food is wonderful, and your music is even better. And one of my dreams is that my mom and dad, my dad's a jazz musician, and both mom and dad grew up with jazz, and their whole life, my whole family upbringing, I was surrounded by jazz in many different ways. So my dream still is to get my mom and dad to come to New Orleans. And so when we do, we'll do a class at your place or something. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Shelley.
Hopefully I have all the debris cleaned up from the last hurricane because we're still picking up parts
Yeah.
of my oak tree. But yes, we'll do it outside, maybe on the deck or something.
That's lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Natasha says, I love to sit and just listen to you sometimes. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you have permission to do that. And sometimes it can be the best thing. And Lara said, I just have to say, my husband and I had a thing for peonies. Thank you, Carolina. See, this is it. Yeah, this is connection, time and space, past, present, future. We are all connected. It's a sign, you know, it's a sign. That's lovely. Yeah. So thank you for sharing, Carolina. Thank you for sharing, Lara, connecting the dots. Beautiful. And Flossie was doing this.
I'm going to need to go, but I just want to say I appreciated this whole 30 days as well. I probably made 25 out of the 30, whether I watched it later or at the time. Yeah. And I am going to sign up again, just to let you know, because I did enjoy it. Yeah. So.
Oh, lovely. I'm so glad.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye. Ah, well, that's great. Mum, what would you like to share?
Just needless to say, thank you. It's lovely for me to see you almost every day and to meet all these lovely people. So for me, it's brilliant. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's so nice. I'm like, I get to see my mum every day. My mum still likes me and likes to take my class. And I feel so proud of my mum being there punctual when I can't get there quite on time, and how you open the door and greet everybody and always have such an open heart. And just that's who my mum is. Whole time growing up, mum, is how you are. A consistent thing, just always there, delightful for other people and showing that you care. And I feel very lucky to be your daughter. So thank you for caring.
Oof, oof. We're very lucky to have you. I ought to confess too that your dad has been around most of this class.
I saw him.
Music, yes.
I saw his ear.
He doesn't like to be on screen, but he's been listening, not moving, but listening. He does his moving in the garden.
Yeah, that's great. Cool.
Very proud of what you do, sweetheart.
Oh, thanks, Mum. Thank you. Jane.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, Helen, for the last 2 days. I learned something from you. I keep learning, and there was a part of me that thought, oh, I haven't learned together yet, and now resilience has come out, the latest near routine, and I'm not learning any routines. I'm back to teaching indoor classes next week, but I learned so much from you and see how you adapt the choreography, and I feel that it doesn't matter that I'm not learning the new routines. I'm learning and growing as a teacher from you, so I think that's all that's important. So yeah, so I'm signed up for the next. I can't make many live ones, but I will be there when I can. So yeah, thank you very much, Helen. Thank you. And it's lovely to connect with everyone as well. I love I love switching on and connecting with people all over the world. So thank you to everyone. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very, very much. And I love, Jane, how you give yourself permission. You know, how you give yourself permission to be in that place of learning and no pressure with the routines. And see, this is the example, Laura. Like, now I get an idea. I could very easily in the next 30 days focus on the music of Together, Resilience, and One. And I could show you tons of ways of how you can teach it. So we could maybe play with that some of the time, so we can slip in that way as well. So thank you. It's a nice idea. I'm going to play with that. Flossie, did you want to share something?
Sure, just want to appreciate everyone. It's so wonderful to see Brenda. And I can picture your garden and Ron out there working. It's so lovely. And Sensei, thank you. I'm on the fence about the 30-30 because I won't be, I'm on the fence about the 30-30 period. I'm going to have a visitor. My sister will be here for a week at least. And so Jane, you're kind of inspiring me to consider it in a different way of, okay, I can still do what I did this time, show up when it fits, and then still have the benefit of the learning and the routine. So that sounds really good, and just lovely to see you, and thank you, everybody. I'm going to sign off now.
Well, thank you. And your sister's welcome to join in with us, either live or on the replay. So, I mean, we love it when you bring her to the screen. Yeah. And, and even if it is you go to sleep listening to the experience, I find sometimes it's one of the ways I learn routines, Jane, is just like 10 to 15 minutes before I go to sleep. I just put on my phone. I don't actually even look. I'm much more of an auditory, imaginative, kinesthetic learner, that I'll just listen to the music and kind of listen to the voice and go to sleep. And then I just tell myself that my brain's taking care of it and I'm learning the routine and it seems to work. Lots of creative ways. Thanks, Flossie. See you soon, I hope. Yeah. Cool. Anyone else? Vanessa, Tamara, anything else you want to share? Mum.
I just need to go because it's the cup final that we're going to go and watch. Forgive me.
Very nice. Enjoy.
Bye, everybody. See you tomorrow or whenever. Bye-bye.
Bye, Mum.
I love you, Helen. Thank you for offering. Thank you for offering these challenges. I love exploring all my ways of learning. So thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you for being with me from the beginning to the middle to the next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool. Vanessa, what did you want to share?
I was going to share before, but I ended up crying because of you and your mom. Good tears. It reminded me of me and my mom, and it's just, I love watching it. I'm going to get all verklempt now. I listened today with you with my earpods, and that was a different experience because your voice was literally directly into my brain and all the other. I live in a fairly quiet place anyway, but there was no other noise, and it was very intense with the aria and everything. It was, kind of a extra powerful experience. So recommend trying that sometime.
That sounds good. Yeah, I spend most of my life, other than teaching, with noise canceling headphones on. They're part of, definitely give me a lot of peace. And so cool. I think it's entertaining when someone's taking class like that, or even when someone's outside taking class like that, and they're having a full experience with the music and the movement, and people around them are in silence, not hearing the music. And I think it can be so entertaining seeing someone doing this and without being able to hear the music. It's pretty funny. My donkeys find that very entertaining. So. Well, thank you, everybody. It's really been a wonderful journey. So tomorrow we are starting the 30-30-30, and it's going to be a bookend day. I'm kicking off the 30-30 with a class at 8 o'clock for half an hour and introducing new people and setting the focus for our 30 days. And then in the evening at 6 o'clock Central Time, I'm doing a fundraiser class for my dear friend Alan Davidson, who died suddenly Easter Saturday. And basically, it's a memorial class celebrating him, and it's also a necessary class to see if we can raise funds to be able to help support. Like, basically, there's this machinery around all his stuff that we still need to organize. So it's his website, his Dropbox, his email service, and we're basically doing our best to keep this machine going so that we can package and download and be able to preserve his 30+ life work. So there'll be a link for that. I'm posting it around Facebook. If you can't find it, then let me know. And it's a donation class. It'd be a great class to invite a friend. And I just really would appreciate your support on that. And there will be 24-hour replay. So Jane, I know it's midnight for you, but anybody who wants the 24-hour replay, I can provide that as well. And we're going to be dancing to Enigma, Cross of Changes, which was Alan's favorite experience. So you do need to sign up in advance for that. So I'll post the details of how to do that. And I hope you can join us. So as we step out, I have one little extra image to show you. So as we step out, this, my friends, thank you. Step out with today. Look to see, listen to hear, smell to breathe, taste to digest, and touch to sense, and sense to be touched from the inside out and the outside in. So thank you so much for being here for this class. Also, thank you for being on this journey. Getting to see you every day is so delightful. And I hope to see you tomorrow. Be well, everybody. Thank you. Have a great day.